All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Is everyone doing good today? All right. So my name is Henry Annone, and like Miss Yacht just mentioned earlier, I'm a current eighth grade student here at the Independence School, and also was mentioned earlier, this year's TEDx theme is Inspired to Create. So I want to inspire all of you to educate others in organ donation awareness and how each person can play a huge role in organ donation. So I didn't come across the topic of organ donation until around 2 years ago. Unfortunately, due to a tragic accident, when I was in 6th grade, one of my best friends named Dakari Johnson passed away. When I went to his funeral, I saw that they were handing out organ donor bracelets, and this immediately made me feel so much better. When I realized that my best friend, Dakari Johnson, was an organ donor, it turned a time of loss into a time of hope. And when I found out that he gave a second chance for people to live, and he gave an opportunity for people to live longer, it truly inspired me, and it helped me today, and that's why I'm up here. So recently, just 2 months ago, an art experience student named Anthony Penna passed away due to a tragic car accident. Now, Anthony Penna, too, he donated his organs, saving other people's lives. This helped brought a bright side to the time of loss and also helped me to inspire others. So that's why I'm kind of up here today to talk to you guys about how you guys can play a role in this organ donation. So what is organ donation? Organ donation is when a person allows his or her organs to be legally removed and donated to someone in need of an organ. So if someone were to have an organ failure and their organ doesn't work anymore, they would have to sign up to go on the National Transplant Waiting List and receive an organ. Now, how can you guys play a role in that? How can you guys play a role in organ donation? So many people don't like to think about organ donation because they don't like to think about death. They don't like to think about them passing away. So that's why I think more people should become aware of how organ donation works. And not only does organ donation have to focus on someone and themselves and what they think about what's going to happen to them when they pass away, but it can also involve teenagers and their parents. Now, talks about organ donation and registering to become an organ donor are very uncommon between a teenager and their parent. And I think these talks need to become more common because up to 19 people die every day due to the lack of organ donor suppliers. So organ donation statistics is also one of the main reasons why I'm up here to talk to you guys today. As you can see, there's a 1 to 20 death ratio, meaning for every one person that is added on to the National Transplant Waiting List, 20 people pass away. There's a waiting time of 5 to 10 years to receive an organ. So if you have an organ failure and you go onto the waiting list, you may have to wait up to 5 to 10 years to receive an organ. So if you need an organ, this is where a lot of people can pass away, because if you need an organ the next couple months, you may not be able to receive that organ up to 5 to 10 years after. So that's how a lot of people pass away. And if we have more and more people donating their organs, then more and more lives can be saved every day. A transplant can cost up to $1.4 million, and this price is so high only because, like I mentioned earlier, there is a very limited supply of organ donors out there that are willing to give up their organs. And then a total of 742 transplants have been performed, all the way back dating from 1974 to last year, 2017. I think this number is very small compared to how big it could be, because everyone has the opportunity to donate their organs. It's whether or not people like me want to inform them on how easily it is, and that's how I kind of go into my next topic. So right here is, if you're wondering what this is, a signature is all it takes to become an organ donor. When you go to renew your driver's license, when you become 18, all it takes is something, in some states, all it takes is something as simple as a signature and signing and filling out an organ donor card saying that you would like to donate your organs after you pass away. Now, 118,000 people were put on the transplant waiting list last year, and only 28,000 of those transplants were performed, only because there was a limited supply of organ donors that are willing to give up their organs. Now, becoming an organ donor. So matches are never based off of race, meaning people of different races can donate organs to each other. Gender, male and female can donate organs to each other. Income, someone who makes millions of dollars can donate an organ to someone who's homeless, or it could be the other way around. Anyone can donate organs to each other. And then social status is never based off of how popular you are, how many people like you, and how many people know you. Now, organ donor card. Like I mentioned earlier, when you become 18, all it takes is something as simple as an organ donor card. All it takes is something as filling out an organ donor card. And what you would do is you would fill out what organs you would like to donate when you pass away. And you sign your name and the date and people that you would contact in the state of your death. And I think it is important to tell you guys how easily it is to become an organ donor, so that way we have more people donating their organs, so that less lives are passed away each year. And then, like I've also mentioned earlier, driver's license. So since you can't become registered to become an organ donor until you're 18, if you were to go to renew your driver's license when you're 18, in some states, like I mentioned, it's as simple as just filling out an organ donor card or signing your name saying you want to become an organ donor when you go to renew your driver's license. And then it will also, like this picture right here, it will also show that you are an organ donor on your driver's license and on your driver's license plate on your car. Now, the Gift of Life Donor Program. So what is the Gift of Life Donor Program? The Gift of Life Donor Program is a program that allows families to donate organs to people in need of an organ. And they have a Facebook page and an Instagram page which show a lot of cool stories, so everyone should go check them out after this. They share inspirational stories, and that's kind of why I'm up here today, because I would like to tell you guys a little bit about the inspirational stories and how important it is for people like you to become organ donors. Now, like I was saying earlier, the Gift of Life Donor Program, they allow families to donate organs to people in need of an organ, while also giving people second opportunities to live and enchanting life and the generous families that are donating to people. Now, Anthony's sister, Gabby, established a Gift of Life Donor Program at the Archmere School, which basically is inspiring people, young teenagers, to go register to be an organ donor when they turn 18, so that we have more and more people donating their organs, just like Anthony did. So I think if we have more people like Gabby that are establishing these kind of programs, so that they could help inspire other kids to become organ donors when they get older. Now, the social media impact. What effect can social media have on organ donation? Now, social media can have a huge impact on organ donation, just because with all the kids and even all the adults on social media these days, there's actually been a 10% organ donor increase based off social media, meaning people have seen advertisements of organ donation and have said, man, this looks cool, I want to be a part of this community, I want to be a part of this society, I want to become an organ donor. Now, you can also register through social media. So the Gift of Life, like I mentioned earlier, the Gift of Life Donor Program, they have a Facebook, and they have a link to their website so that you can, on their Facebook, so that you can, it's as simple as just going on their Facebook and clicking that link and registering to become an organ donor. Now, I hope that all of you can help inspire other people and educate them on how important it is to donate their organs. My challenge for you guys is to inspire one person this week inspire one person this week about organ donation and educate them on how simple it is to become an organ donor and why more and more people should become an organ donor. Thank you.